listening to Clash Royale Radio with Dylan and Caleb in 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to Clash Royale Radio, episode number 43. I am your host, Dylan. And guys, this week we're going to be talking about the brand new Evo, the Lumberjack, and we also got a brand new card and work in progress balance changes. And guys, this is the episode we're going to figure out who is the MVP or the card MVP of this whole season. And here we are here with FrozenYeti and KarateKid. How you guys doing?
Good. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Guys, it's Super Bowl week.
Go Birds.
No.
Go Birds.
So Karate and Yeti are Bird fans, the losing fans, and obviously I am the Chiefs fan. And yeah, go Chiefs. I mean, this is their three-peat. I mean, I'm not even worried about it, guys.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Man, I need
You
Caleb
stopped the
here.
three-peat before.
Hey, like I was telling Yeti, if we three-peat, you Eagles really helped us out. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh man.
Do you guys have any score predictions? I think it's going to be pretty high. I think it's going to be in the 30s.
Yeah, I was going to say like 30-20, 30-21.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I almost think it, like, no matter what the score is going to be, it's going to be at least a one possession game.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like defense, your guys' defense and our defense are too good to see. That's the thing. Like, is it going to be like in the 30s though? Because our defense has got to be the top. Like the best.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to turnovers.
It really, yeah, really. How many times will Hurts
It's
turn it
either
over?
going to be a barn burner or the most boring game that you'll ever see.
It won't be boring. You got Saquon Barkley, and then you got Pat Mahomes. It's not going to be boring.
Yeah.
Now I am a little worried about Barkley though. Like the dude is insane. But I know we have I want to say we have a really good defense, but man, like Barkley is a different animal. Like he leaps over people
if you
backwards.
could stop him. Go ahead.
He leaps over people backwards. It's stupid.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you could stop him, then, it's going to come down to Hurts having to use his arm. But
Which he's been actually throwing pretty good dimes. Like especially with Brown.
AJ Brown, Smitty.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot about Smith.
Saquon
I
on.
think Smitty had a good game last time we
Yeah,
played.
he did. Yeah.
You guys got the coaches. That's where it's going to come down.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I think Eagles have the best overall team, but you guys got the coaches and Mahomes, which,
wait, who has more Pro Bowlers? You guys probably do too.
I'm not even sure.
I wonder what the
I think some of our D line is part of the Pro Bowl.
I think you're right. Isn't your guys is like that young one? Wasn't he a Pro Bowler? Or, I know he's really good. I forgot his name, but
Jalen Carter.
Carter, yeah, that dude's an animal.
Yeah, he's definitely in there.
Yeah, I think we have some O linemen in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Lane Johnson's definitely in there. Mailata's in there.
Okay, guys, 27-32.
That's what you're going with?
Yep, and Pat's going to be MVP.
All right. I'm trying to keep it, quiet this time because I feel like I don't know.
I'm not, dude. Like I have to live this moment. Like we've already won two, so if we lose, I mean, yeah, the opportunity kind of sucks because you just blow away a three-peat chance, which has never been done. But a three-peat, a team that's has won two in a row has never been into the Super Bowl. Like it's never been done.
No.
So like, at least
keep in mind we're living essentially through a second dynasty. Like we had the New England dynasty back in the 2010s.
2000s is when it started. Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
what does Brady have? 7?
Yeah.
Brady himself has 7.
Yeah.
So if Mahomes if he wants to become the GOAT, he's going to have to pull off this three-peat.
I think so.
I think he's tied with a few people with like for the second most rings.
If he three-peats, I think it'll be a pretty good argument, but I think he's going to have at least one more ring.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If he
really
loses next year, or like as long as he gets one more ring, regardless of the season,
yeah,
it'll be because you can literally compare Brady and Mahomes at that point.
I mean, dude's number two.
Until then,
the dude's number 2 overall in wins or in playoff wins already.
Yeah,
it's stupid. I don't know. Yeah, everything I see on social media is all about. Oh, yeah. Speaking of social media, so I was watching a lot of like YouTube and stuff.
Nick Wright.
Okay, absolutely. But he, not him, but just in social media in general, like everybody is like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl, or I'd rather die than watch the Super Bowl. It's. I think we have one of the 2 teams that are in the Super Bowl that are the most hated.
Oh, absolutely. They hate you guys because you guys just keep winning, and they hate us just because of our fans.
Agreed.
It's stupid. I love it.
Yeah. But
all right, guys, we got some Clash news. Guys, 2v2 is returning. And my boy Yeti's going to get past his 9K. Oh, and me and Clyde are going to get there too. So,
nah, we're not just going to get there. We're going to get top 1. No question.
There you go.
I wish. I hope. That'd be sweet. There's no way I'm playing that much. So.
Best podcast.
They only got 2 weeks.
Best podcast in the realm.
See,
best 2 duo in the realm.
It's stupid though. Like, why don't they do it? I just want to know, why are they only doing it for 2 weeks?
I know. I really wish they would just be a month or make it permanent.
Is it
I was
like
gonna
that
say
hard?
Permanent should be better.
Is it that hard on the servers or something like that? Like, that's what I'm generally wondering, because like everybody loves the 2v2 ladder deal, the 2v2 rank.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just really hard on the server or something like that. Because I've noticed when 2v2 rank is on, you can't just go into 2v2 like casually anymore. They take it away. So I didn't know.
I wonder if it's also like burnout, like with players. They don't want to like making it permanent. You know what I mean? 2v2 can kind of become. But I don't know how to explain it.
But they did make a draft for a whole month. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I don't think it like 2v2 ladder, if they do implement that permanently, it should be quite literally how Trophy Road was, or like the current Trophy Road is, where the reward system is like permanent. You already get what you get, but you still have the chance of just pushing higher and higher.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like maybe after you get to that 9K, then you can start doing like a ranked mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be like POL where every season you're getting rewards no matter what.
Yeah.
When you're going back to ground zero.
True.
But I mean, I had a blast the last time they had this. So I'm
definitely going to play more. Which it kind of sucked though, because wasn't it around Christmas time?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that was the 20 win. No, they didn't have it.
Oh wait, you're right. Yeah.
They didn't have it for the December.
I think this was in November.
Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I was really busy or something like that for like a whole week and didn't really have a time to really push. I don't know what was going on, but I mean, it might have been around Thanksgiving or something.
Horrible meta.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, like it has been for the past like 6 months at least.
So, Yeti, do you got any tips for 2v2?
I usually just go to API and just try to, mesh with what other players are using to kind of, because if you're just picking a random deck, it's not going to work with your teammate.
Right.
So I kind of just try to balance it out.
But also in that meta, wasn't it like bait was like terrible? Like you want to grab a big spell, I think, and then Electric Dragon was extremely broken because it just changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Evolution E-Drag.
It was a heavy beatdown meta in 2v2.
Yeah, and I'm
afraid I think that's when the Gobstein, however you say it, I think that's when that came out.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
And everyone was using it in 2v2.
Yeah, and that in itself was broken.
And it was boosted too, so you could use it at level 15.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Usually when they release a new card, they boost it for the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Or however long the season has left.
Yep. So no ice bow in 2v2 then, huh? Good luck with that.
I wouldn't advise using it.
Yeah, that's you're just challenging yourself on that one.
Me and Hunter are gonna bring the house down.
I'd almost say giant would be pretty good. Maybe a goblin giant.
Yeah, I think so too.
Logtown might actually be pretty decent.
You think Logbait will?
Logbait? No, I meant Lava Hound.
Oh, Lava Hound. Okay,
would be very solid, especially with the air support.
See, I'm telling you,
there are a lot more
karate. This is
air
what we need to do.
defenses.
This is what we need to do.
I remember seeing that a lot.
We need to do Lava Hound with Balloon Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be. I don't know. I always like that comparison, like that duo.
Yeah, because the balloon freeze. I mean, you're helping with the ground support.
Yeah, you got freeze, and you also got E-drag with that.
Yeah,
and bowler.
and you still have that defensive potential too. Like, say your partner has freeze, but you're running like that lava balloon core. You can still defend. Your partner can help out with the defense as well, and providing more of that support. So you could literally have one person go in offense, one person go in as support.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's I don't know. I've always liked that. I always wanted to try it. But let's go on to the next segment, guys. The brand new Evo Lumberjack Evolution. So, why is this going to be the best evolution in the game? It's absolutely
the duration of the rage.
It's stupid. So, guys, it's a one cycle, which is even scarier. The stats stay the same, but guys, when it dies, it turns into like a ghost, and while the rage is still going on, but when the rage is done, or this ghost goes outside of the range for, I think it was like a second or something like that, it like disappears. But this ghost cannot get hit. Like it's invisible. Like nothing can hit it. You can't rocket it. Whatever. It just it's Superman. It's stupid.
It's going to be really it's going to be good, because I'm wondering if you can. I've seen videos where people are keeping rage, and can you like stack rages on it?
I was getting ready to ask the same question. I think you can. I think you can keep raging it as long as you hit the time just right.
I want to say you can. There's going to be a little bit of an overlap, which again is perfectly normal, especially because there's going to be a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
Now, didn't they already nerf this thing? Or was that the new card?
Yeah, they did.
Out?
Oh, yeah.
No,
okay.
They nerfed it already. Yeah, the damage.
I don't know.
I think it's half of what the Lumberjack. It's like 200 something, but the Ghost is going to do like 1 something.
I was going to say, I think it was either 25% or half. Like either way, that sounds about right.
It's much better. Yeah.
Okay, so one spell does counter or does do something. The freeze. You can freeze it, and I'm pretty sure you can NATO it to tower as well. I'm pretty sure I saw that done. I think OJ did it or somebody, and was able to get that one hit. So it might be one of those interactions that's really hard to get because once it gets out of its rage, it's gonna it has a timer and it might disappear. So you might have to hit it. You might have to hit it right, but yeah, you can activate it as well. But yeah, I don't know, guys. This one seems absolutely broken, especially this new card, the Rachel is what we're calling it, the Berserker. Brand new card. It costs 2 elixir, and I've noticed that it does not die to fireball or poison. And it attacks like extremely fast, but like it doesn't hit. Like it's it's not really like a strong hit either, you know? What do you guys think about this?
I love it. I love that it's a common too.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a common card.
I do like the fact that it's a common. I've also not done enough research on the Berserker, or more commonly known as Rachel.
We're calling it Rachel, guys. Just so you know, if we say Rachel, we're talking about the Berserker.
My big question is like, is it targeting everything, or is it targeting just buildings?
No.
Kind of like how an ice golem is.
No, it'll charge
everything.
Yeah, everything. It's just a normal troop. It attacks everything. It's going to pair really, really good with the Rune Giant because of how fast it attacks. So every third, it's getting that bonus damage. I think it's going to go really well with some cycle decks because it's only 2 elixir, and it is kind of like strong, as in like it can take a couple hits.
I don't know how I feel about it not dying to a fireball or poison.
It's 2 elixir. Like, yeah, you have the ice golem, which is literally designed to be a meat shield.
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
This is designed to be a support card.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's kind of scary.
Because you get like the bomber that dies to arrows, but it doesn't die to log. Which, I mean, yeah, it's valid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said arrow zap too. It won't.
No, I thought
kill the Berserker.
Oh, arrow zap.
But you look at like most 4 elixir units that are like that serve this similar purpose. They don't die to arrow zap, but you get something that's 2 elixir that does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My big thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, within 2-3 weeks of this card coming out, they'll change the elixir cost to 3.
I could see that.
That'd be interesting. I love how small she is too. It's actually, and she goes to work. It's actually kind of fun to watch. I'm excited to see this thing in the arena.
Yeah, animations are cool.
It's like that meme. I'm just a baby.
But yeah, I don't know.
What have you?
So what I want to say, like, to Supercell, like, I want to say, like, good job. It doesn't look broken for the first time. Like, this a new card that you guys are getting ready to release is not OP. But then again, I just don't know. Especially with this evolution. Like, I want to say the evolution looks extremely OP, but, like, I always get it wrong. Like, okay, yeah, it's normal. It's fine. It's not that broken that we thought. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to judge it until, like, the two weeks in, probably.
Yeah, like, we never know in speculation, because we had the Goblin Sign, which came out.
Absolutely.
We were like, this doesn't look that bad. Next thing you know, it's broken.
I don't know. That ability, when I first saw, I was like, ooh, that's kind of dumb.
And it still kills barbs.
That's a joke. Wait, right now it still does?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I thought it kept it like a fireball.
I run barbs, Evo barbs in my Lava Hound deck. And every time I'm against the Goblin Sign, I have to make sure I'm not placing my barbarians when the Goblin Sign, when the controller is still healthy. Because she can pop the ability, next thing you know, my barbarians are torn to shreds.
That's stupid, man.
But I get, like, Supercell, you know, it's a business, they need money and all that, but we're getting a lot of new cards, like, quick.
That's how I feel too. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to see a lot of, like, I don't want to see this game have 500 cards. I don't think it'll ever
we're getting too many things too quickly, and also at the same time, we're still dealing with a bunch of stuff that needs to be fixed. That's what I'm.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that.
That's what I was kind of getting at. Like, the pros on Twitter sometimes are kind of saying, "Let's get everything balanced first before we keep throwing new things out there."
I was reading some Morton tweets or X posts, whatever, and it just seems like he's quitting the game. Like, it's pretty dark for him.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
he saw Rachel and said, "I'm out."
Top guys anymore. Like, there was one guy, Dybala, he was essentially like kind of on the verge between a pro player and a semi-pro player. He tweeted out or posted out on X, no other reason but for money. I have no words for this game anymore. It's just laughable. This is about the Evo Lumberjack. And I mentioned, surely it can't get any worse, right? Proceeds to get worse.
It does. Yeah.
It's literally just a matter of they're releasing too many things at once with very similar gimmicks. They're doing nothing to help improve the quality of the game besides adding quantity.
Yeah, it didn't help with them putting a tower that levels up and then putting a rage rune giant that powers up. So it's kind of like, I think everyone was freaking out after those two.
And continuously implementing new evolutions every single month.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes two.
Yeah.
Like, those add up over time, and it makes a significant difference, whether it may not be, like, even if it's not immediately, give it like a month or two once the new balance changes hit. So many things are going to get changed.
Mm-hmm.
You guys think we'll get to 3 Evo slots?
I hope not. I don't think so. I don't know if I can handle 3. I think 2,
I wouldn't be shocked.
I think 2 is perfect
if
honestly.
That would happen within the next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either. I just
no, I wouldn't be shocked, but I like it at 2 right now.
Yeah,
like it was fun at 1, but like 2 definitely made it more strategic. Like the decks really, it's crazy how like 1 to 2 how much of a change everything is. You know what I mean? But 3 would be chaotic. I think
2 I just feel like makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think they should play with it though.
Everything.
I think they should play with it though. Make some like GCs or a global tournament or whatever. Make those 3 or 4 evolution slots. You know, play with it and see. You know what I mean? I would love to see how that looks. But
I'm just throwing it out there. But give us something where there's no Evos, like an old classic.
Yes, please.
An old classic.
Permanent game mode.
Yes.
Because, I mean, half the time, like, you still have a lot of players, especially newer players, who may not even have a single Evo.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having to go against people with almost every card in the game fully unlocked, fully maxed out.
There's no way they're doing
evolved.
this, though. Unless it's like a classic challenge, possibly. But, like, if they turn in like a rank mode, like another rank mode instead of like 2v2, they do OG ranked or whatever. Like that would be kind of a waste for them because nobody would be playing this like POL because like you were saying, Karate, like not everybody has the evolutions or whatever. Now and everybody wants to go back to original anyway. Everybody wants to, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It'll be good for the game though. Like good for the community anyway.
Yeah, but you're right. Business wise, they wouldn't make out.
Yeah.
It's like I can double check, but I think you get an evolution every 3 months, if I remember correctly, like with the free tier of the pass.
Yeah, you get 2. You get 2. Let's see, you get 2 for free. Wild shards. And then you could have I think you can get up to 3 shards of whatever is in the shop. If you can afford them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you get, I think it's like 5,000, 10,000, and 15,000. So, I mean, that's a lot of those token things. So,
yeah.
2 challenges, though, really fill you up.
That's true. Yeah, I've never done challenges. Ever since they stopped doing like emotes for, when you complete a challenge, like there's an emote at the end. Ever since they stopped doing that, I've lost all interest of doing challenges for some reason.
There's very little incentive. It's just the little token points for the season shop, and then like a banner at the end if you do complete it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't care about banners. I mean,
how many people are actually paying attention to that?
There's a few I wish I had. Like I think Yeti's the horse one was sick. I wish I had that. I don't even know where he got it, but I
think that was from a challenge.
It probably was because that one I wish I had. There's a few others, but I generally don't care. You know.
Yeah, that's.
All I care about is getting that, top 1K finish on there or something.
Yeah, that's something I'm still, casually working on. Granted, with what I've been doing right now, I'm changing focuses a little bit where I'm playing minor poison for the first maybe 3.5 to 4 weeks of the season. If it's a long season, for instance, I'll usually spend the last week of each season to go for a full-blown push if I haven't hit Ultimate Champion yet. The main reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to work on versatility as a player
and cycling.
So instead of being exclusively a Lava Hound player, I'll know how to play a more cycly, more controlling kind of deck. And it'll help me in the long term. And it'll help anyone by changing focuses a little bit and learning the mechanics of how certain decks may work, how to play against them.
It helps with placements too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's why I went straight in this season. I didn't care where I finished. I know last season I was really close to UC, but I generally didn't really care too much, I guess. But this season I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ISPO and just focus on defense. And see if I can count Elixir enough to where I know when to push. That's kind of the main thing with ISPO, and you gotta be smart with your rockets. Honestly, it's just figuring out where to place your troops and what time you need to place them as well. Just trying to work on that, and especially my defense. It's a lot of work.
You're getting nasty with that ISPO too.
Yeah, I'm trying. I've been playing it for. Yeah. I don't know when I started, but it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rough, especially with all these P.E.K.K.A.s and Mega Knights, and today I played a guy that had Mega
all that
Knight.
work's paying off.
It is, and it's satisfying because today I played against a guy had Mega Knight, Executioner, Knight, and Hog Rider, and I just beat him by just rocket cycling. And he called me a chicken. I don't care. But yeah.
Win's a win.
Win's a win.
Exactly.
All right, guys, let's go. The balance changes. These are also work in progress, so anything could change here. I kind of miss, they normally do final changes on Saturday or sometimes on Friday. I kind of miss that, but kind of
they've been pretty late with them.
Yeah. I think last month they waited till once the season already started, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the first one, guys. The Dark Goblin, the damage or the hit points down 5%. That is the normal and the Evo. I think it definitely needed it. It's extremely strong. The range is really good. I don't think this will necessarily kill it. I don't think, but I don't know. I like it. I think 5% is kind of a lot, but I don't care. I don't like log bait.
No, I don't like it.
I don't like log bait.
Yeah, I like it.
Ever
It's used for certain decks.
Ever since the new Evo came out, we've been seeing a lot more bait style decks, a lot more Dark Goblin. So it makes a lot more sense as to why the nerf is warranted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with the Goblinstein. The monster is getting a hit points 6% or less, 6% less. I'm completely fine with this as well. It's not going to get. It's harder to get to the tower now. Hard to get to your defensive buildings now. The ability won't be as effective. Besides, the troops that you lay down or whatever. But this is great. I'm glad for this.
I was hoping they were going to delete the card, but this works.
Oh, yeah, we're not that fortunate.
Yeah.
All right, Carter, you take number 3, man. I can't do it.
So, apparently they're nerfing Lava Hound.
Oh, man.
Turning the damage from 54 for the Hound to 50. And they're bringing the Lava Pup damage from 90 to 84, which is a 7% nerf in both categories, whether it be the Lava Hound or the Lava Pups. I saw a few tweets about this, and I'm in full agreement with a lot of the pros that have been here that I've seen. The Lava Hound itself should not have gotten the nerf. It should be more of the support cards.
So like skeleton dragons or balloon, maybe?
Correct. Because the Lava Hound itself is never the threat. Like, how many times do you have a fully healthy Lava Hound take a tower? That's almost never.
Yeah.
I usually ignore it unless I'm waiting for like a loon or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. But look what's behind it. It's literally just like a golem. You get the golem itself. It's not going to be as significant of a threat, but then you get the Night Witch, you get the baby dragon, you get the Electro Dragon. It's the same thing with the Lava Hound, but you just have different cards as your support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you, Carl.
Yeah, I don't like this change. On that one.
I've been like,
and 7% is actually a lot.
It is a ton. I try not to really like say anything about this. Like, I've been one of the best Lava Hound players consistently. And I've looked at other like Lava Hound specialists, like Dominic, for instance, Invader, a lot like Carl the Legend, like a lot of these guys who have been historically very successful with Lava Hound, and they're complaining, rightfully so, because the wrong thing is getting nerfed. Granted, we have a lot of people in the meta, like in every part of it, whether it be at the bottom of Path of Legends and you get to the people at the very top complaining about, oh, Lava Hound is so strong, Lava Hound is so broken, needs a nerf, blah blah blah. The actual card Lava Hound should not be touched. I think that card by itself is a balanced card.
Yeah.
But then you compare, say, like, you get your Lava Loons, like the things that make Lava Hound strong are the cards that you pair with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, this is work in progress, so hopefully,
maybe
they realize that.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
I'm not gonna be surprised if they put Lava Hound as a final change because of all the community pushback.
Yeah.
It just needs an evolution, man. Maybe it's getting ready for an evolution that's just overpowered or something. I don't know.
That seems more like an October or an April kind of change.
It does, yeah. I'm calling it. The pups are gonna like multiply like the Skellies do.
Oh please, like a lava clone.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
All right, guys, let's go with number 4. The Rune Giant, the bonus damage. If attack has multiple projectiles, bonus damage will not divide among them. This will affect the Firecracker or the Hunter. So I don't 100% understand what's going on here, but I know it seems like the Firecracker and the Hunter will not do as much damage as what they're doing, because it's like, especially Hunter. Hunter's wrecking everything right now. And then
this was good.
And then the secondary troops. Let's see. It will not. Secondary troops won't revive damage buffs effect. So like this will affect like the Goblin Giant and the Ram Rider. So like the Goblin Giant, when it had like the backpack goblins or whatever, it won't do the buff damage or whatever. I'm guessing.
Like that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense a lot. Yeah. Because
I liked everything
everything
about that balance. I like that.
Yeah, I think they're
because it should be the actual card itself that does the extra damage. It shouldn't be any secondary effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
especially because the next card, the Goblin Giant. I mean, it was just wrecking havoc on the game.
It's stupid.
It still is.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
but I think this is definitely going to happen. I would think this is a great change if they stick with this.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they didn't do that because of how much of an impact the Rune Giant has made in the few weeks that it's been out.
Mm-hmm. And then speaking of the Goblin Giant, the evolution, the spawn frequency, they're changing the spawn, about said skeleton, but the goblin spawns, they're lowering that 17%. So instead, I think they get one goblin every 1.5 seconds. Now it's going to be one goblin every 1.8 seconds. So 17 sounds like a huge number, but it definitely needed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Honestly, it might need more.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect segue. And like, especially in a game of seconds where every placement counts, every second, every 10th of a second counts, having a change by 0.3 is going to change so many different interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going to be so much easier for any ground units to defend the Goblin Giant because not as much support from the goblins will be coming out.
I've seen people rage it up, and it's even gotten to the King Tower, and the goblins are just spitting out, and there's no way to defend it.
Yeah, not even if you have, like, say, a big spell or an AoE.
Or log. You can't even time it out right, yeah.
No.
It's stupid. It's so good.
And it still spawns Sphere Goblins whenever it dies.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, I'm just reading the Cook because I haven't read this one yet. This one's Cook frequency. Then
Yes, I think it's going to take longer for him to power up a card.
Yeah.
So the minute Cook frequency, instead of 24 seconds, they're doing 30 seconds. And then the max Cook frequency, like if a tower is hitting something, it's instead of 30, it's 40, I'm guessing.
Yeah, mm-hmm. So the minimum, like if no units, if the towers are not busy, the chef will spawn, like make the pancakes a lot faster. Like hence the minimum cook frequency.
Okay,
gotcha.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Instead of it being at 24 seconds, it'll be 30, so you'll only get like a handful of cards that are boosted. You're not going to get as many boosted cards.
Oh, and they're also reducing when a tower is destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, wow. So the chef tower is getting a major nerf. So basically,
that's not even it either.
Yeah, so basically, it's taking longer to cook, and basically, yeah, taking longer to cook the pancakes or whatever. And it's also getting a hit time nerf. Instead of 0.9 seconds, it's 1 second now. Every 1 second. And the hit speed, that's all the same. So, wow, that's crazy.
I wonder what the Princess Tower is with the hit speed, because I wonder, it was kind of close to her, but now it's completely...
It's going to be way worse now.
I was going to say, if you had the chef at level 15, there was no point in using the Princess Tower.
Now I think there will. If they keep this, I think that's pretty dramatic. I don't think that'll be worth it. I don't know.
I would almost say it's like how the Dagger Duchess, when she came out originally, she was broken and no question. you would use her over Princess any day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like how the Chef was when it came out. So you're essentially going to see the same kind of impact. You're going to see the Chef probably only used in like beatdown scenarios.
I was getting ready to say that, which is good. Like, I love these tower troops being involved in around like different style of decks. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's playing Cannoneer, it's somebody's probably playing that mortar deck. You know, if somebody's playing, you know, I mean, obviously Princess could be anything. If somebody's playing, the Chef, it's probably a beatdown deck. Like, I love that.
I think it's much better for the game because if you're going to just use one tower for every single deck, it's I like
you have a broken
specific
tower
for a deck.
Yeah,
yeah. We already have the Princess for that like jack of all trades kind of
exactly
tower troop.
Mm-hmm.
When you have something that's more unique, like the Chef, the Cannoneer, the Dagger Duchess, you need it to have like drawbacks. So you don't necessarily, so you can't use it in every single style of deck.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Princess is going to be irrelevant.
Right.
Granted, there's so many cards in the game, like you're going to see irrelevant cards no matter what. But
yeah,
with a tower troop, there's only 4, and they need to stand apart from each other.
Exactly.
Yep. All right, guys. Number 7, the Fire Spirit is getting a range buff plus 25%. So instead of 2 tiles, it's 2.5 tiles. I'm okay with it. I mean, that's pretty big, but yeah, I'm fine with it, especially with all these like spammy decks, you know, tons of goblins. I am totally on board with this.
I'm fine with it. I just want to see what interactions will change because of this change.
Yeah.
Because I think you used to, like, I want to say probably a couple of years ago, you were able to fully counter a Goblin Barrel with a Fire Spirit.
Yeah, true.
I'm wondering if this will be the case.
Yeah, instead of pushing it into the middle, you know what I mean? That little secret, or that not secret, but little trick you can do. I wonder if you don't even need to do that anymore. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you put a fire, like so many Goblin Barrels at the back, like of your tower, you place a Fire Spirit, and then you place like your skeletons to move up your Fire Spirit, and it'll like complete your tower, and it'll get all the goblins. But
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Really?
Me neither.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It like when you place your skeletons in front, right behind the Fire Spirit, it like moves it closer to your tower, to where whenever it jumps, it like hits all three of the Goblin Barrel, the goblins.
It just seems like an interaction that may be like too forced. Like it's probably not worth all that effort that you're doing, and you're risking that 2 elixir where you can guarantee a log.
Yeah.
Because half the time when you're playing Fire Spirit,
right,
you're running log.
Yeah, and if they have arrows, it's kind of useless, and you're down a lot after that.
Yeah, it's like a higher risk for very little reward.
Right. I mean, I've used it a few times, and it saved my butt, especially if I had to use my log or something like that, and I know they didn't have any spells or something. But yeah, I'll have to show you guys the video. But I was
going to say, I'm definitely going to look it up, because I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like a very weird concept. Like, only like your experimenters on YouTube will really figure out.
I saw it on a Surtag video like a couple years ago. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to put that in my tool book now, because that's a genius. But yeah, I wonder if you don't have to do that anymore since this range has got like, so when it says range, it's talking about like whenever it jumps and then it's like the splash. Is that the range it's talking about, or is it the like jump tile?
I thought it was just the jump. Yeah.
Might be the jump.
If it's a jump, it's a little different. Yeah.
Splash radius might be the thing that'll determine if it can take out a barrel.
I'd probably say splash radius. So
yeah.
This is just the jump radius, basically, is what we're reading. Okay.
More than likely.
All right, guys. Number 8, the Musketeer. The first hit time is getting a buff 25% faster. Instead of 0.8 seconds, it's 0.6 seconds.
Love it.
That's crazy.
Mixed.
I do too. Did you say next?
Yeah.
I'm mixed.
He said mixed.
I thought you didn't, because you.
Good old lava player.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. It's like, as a support unit, the Musketeer is essentially your staple, like Arena 1 by default, you're playing this card kind of thing. It shouldn't, it should still be useful, but with all the cards that, everything that's involved with it, like you have your 3 Musketeers, you have your Evolved Musketeer, it shouldn't be to a point where you're comparing that to, say, a Flying Machine or a Dart Goblin. You want to have it so you'll still, it's a first hit time speed, but you still need it to serve as that utility card. It shouldn't immediately jump out at you, be like, hey, I'm attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first hit is pretty crazy. Like the buff is really dramatic, but after that, it's not like a faster hit time. You know what I mean?
No, it's just a normal Musketeer.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it definitely needed it. I think it was getting shined down a lot. So, and not getting.
But it does change so many interactions, though.
It does, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
You're going to see 3 Musketeer decks a lot more often.
Yeah.
Especially that giant 3M variant. There's
the
regular, Piggy's 3M.
Rune
I think you're also
Giant.
going to see that Bomb Tower Loon with the Evo Snowball next. I think you're going to see that thing a lot.
9 balloon cycle.
Yeah.
I already see that. Yeah. And speaking of Snowball, it's getting a pretty big buff, I would think. The rolling distance it was 4 tiles and now 4.5 tiles. The rolling distance of the Evo Snowball.
Yeah, I was going to say, Yeti as our Winter Warrior. What do you think?
Winter Warrior.
I like it. I think it's going to change a couple of interactions, like pushing the troops behind the towers and stuff.
I like
it.
I wonder if people are going to use this with, obviously, are people using this with Graveyard? Probably. There's probably a few. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if, that balloon cycle deck is going to be nasty, I think.
Tank that you get from it.
Yeah.
You're going to see it a lot more in balloons.
I've really only seen this Evo Snowball in that the Bomb Tower Balloon, whatever karate you just called it.
Yeah, 2.9 balloon cycle. For I want to say 5-6 years, kind of hidden under the radar since Evolutions came out.
But Evo Snowball really shines in that deck.
Oh, no question.
So
there really wasn't a good evolution spot for that deck up until
they had skeletons.
Snowball and Miner is so annoying in that deck. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I wish I could play it. I just can't figure out how to play it.
Snowball, you can still Snowball by default, you can counter a Goblin Barrel fully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
And when you get the evolved Snowball, you're essentially getting a great value log.
Essentially, yeah, and you're grouping everything together.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? The Evo Lumberjack and the Evo Snowball. You're going to be able to push the troops behind the tower and have that ghost go at it.
Yikes.
Oh god! Oh goodness!
He's thinking that's a good one.
I am concerned.
Wait, how many cycles is the Snowball? Is it 2?
I think
3.
It is 3.
2. I think it's 3 or something like that.
Yeah, I think every 3rd Snowball you play.
That's right. I think you're right.
Is the Evo.
All right, so maybe what would you call that? 2 cycles?
I think it's a 2 cycle.
Yeah.
Which, if you're playing that balloon cycle deck, every Snowball they throw is evolution. I swear.
Yeah.
It's a joke. But overall, guys, I like Karate said, the lava hound is not a good change. I hope they disregard that or whatever, and maybe add another card that like P.E.K.K.A. Maybe I'd like to see that card die out. But this is a work in progress. Balance changes. But like I said, overall, I think they did a really good job. But guys, let's go in.
Definitely.
The card MVP. It's a brand new segment for this pod, and I'm excited to bring it in. So you guys are one of my voters, or you guys are my voters. We have a few other guys as well, but yeah, what do you guys think of this meta, and what do you guys think the card MVP is?
This season, all I was seeing was Gob Giant, so I think Goblin Giant, hands down, was the MVP.
I will say, I mean, we've kind of been in like similar metas, and so yeah, I do see Goblin Giant being so prevalent, but I've been seeing a lot more like P.E.K.K.A, a lot more of that like bridge spammy kind of decks, like compared to like your Goblin Giants. I would almost say as contrary to what one of our voters, Trek, has to say, I think Evo Barbs are probably the MVP because of the defensive potential that they have. Like, you can fully counter that Hog Rider. You can fully counter a P.E.K.K.A, the evolved P.E.K.K.A. You can counter all these big tanks that are so prevalent in the meta.
That's wild. Because when you said that in that text, I'm like, there's no way Barbs are. And then I go on here and look at the list, and they're number 8. I'm like, hot dog, he's got it. He's onto something, because I can't believe it.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Look at what's out there in the meta right now.
You're right, yeah.
Like, how many people are running something that's fireball bait that has that much DPS to take out a large tanky unit?
Yeah.
Nobody's really running Barbs unless you're running Lava Hound or Golem or maybe E-Golem. But it does such a dang good job at shredding units. Like those, especially those tankier units. It even counters mini P.E.K.K.As too.
Yeah. I know this is not part of the list, but what do you guys think of the Goblin? Or yeah, it is Goblin Machine. What do you guys think about that? It's number 2 on Royal API.
It's funny how a little buff like that. It really.
Yeah.
It got it going. I mean, people are using it.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I can't believe
I haven't seen enough of the new one to really form like a very solid opinion, but it's not bad.
Yeah. I hate the card. That's one of the cards they need to delete as well. That and the Elixir Golem just needs to be out of the game.
The what card?
The Elixir Golem.
Oh,
Elixir Golem and the machine just need to be out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or just any card that came from the Goblin Party event.
Yes.
There were like 5 cards that came from that, and all of them were not needed.
You could just throw Healer in there too if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's not used, but
Sorry, Caleb. He's
it's not needed either.
It's a hard one, guys, and I think Goblin Giant has got to be the pick. It's the most used. I think it's a very strong win condition. It pairs up with Rune Giant, which is broken right now. Very good. We had some.
It works well with Hunters because of the Rune Giant and everything like that.
Yeah, I just think this season specifically, it just really shined the way with everything they released.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say it. Card MVP, the Goblin Giant for January season. I think it takes it here, gets the crown, whatever. But I think for next season, we'll definitely look at the Barbarians, because I think Karate is onto something.
Definitely.
Even Trek mentioned it as well. Trek said, "Oh yeah, the Barbarians are actually pretty strong," and I think he said he's been seeing them a lot now.
And Trek was really saying
on the contrary about that.
Yeah.
The Bomber too.
Oh yeah, Bomber was in one.
The Bomber was a really good choice, especially just given that everything, like, you've been seeing a lot of the Evo Dart Goblin, which is therefore in a lot of baity like kind of decks where you'll see the Evo Goblin Barrel, the Goblin Gang, you'll see
the recruits.
Yeah, recruits, rascals, even. Bomber has that kind of DPS. It doesn't die to a log. Half the time, those bait decks run log.
Yeah.
And just with everything that's out there, it's just a very good 2 elixir defensive unit.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got 3 questions here as well. So let's throw in another couple of rewards. So what is the best spell in the game?
Rage.
Arrows.
I was going to say arrows too, but Rage is pretty... it's crazy. Rage is up there too, and I see Zap as well. Sorry, Yeti. I think I'm going to go with arrows too. It's so
I would go with arrows too. I was just saying... I would go with arrows too.
It's like arrows and poison, I think, are like your close, like 1 and 2. Because with arrows, you have that cheap 3 elixir, like you'll get that 3 little bursts of damage. You can take out skeletons, and like even if they come out a little later, you can take out the goblins a little bit later too. And still at the level 15 standard, you're getting at least 130 damage on the opponent's towers. It's a good cycly card. It's very like it can take out most units. It'll at least take half of like your like support units health.
And like you said, it's a fair trade with most of these these splashy cards.
Yeah, and you pair it up with even a big spell, say like Fireball, Poison. You're taking out almost almost every support unit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I have to go with the arrows as well. Especially
I was going to say Poison would be probably a close second.
I know,
just like because of all that defensive potential.
And I know it's kind of like a beatdown meta, somewhat, like especially with the Rune Giant, the Goblin Giant, or whatever. But it's also a log bait meta as well. Like log bait is really good. It seems like. So I think arrows is just a better spell in this meta anyway.
Definitely.
Agreed.
All right, guys. What is the best building in the game? I'll go first.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Evolution Cannon.
That's what I was going to say.
I was going to say Evo Cannon or Evo Tesla. It's kind of going hand in hand with those two.
Yeah.
Just because of all the potential you get in either of them on defense. Like with the Evo Cannon, the only way you're really getting a ton of value is when you place it up front, like in terms of beatdown matchups.
Right. But it's also
because of the range that it has.
Yeah. The explosions or whatever. But it's also...
It tears that recruit log bait deck up, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, same as that wall breakers deck.
And it hits air. Like, I didn't even know it hit air.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's cheap. It's like the 3 elixir.
Yeah. And
all the decks that run Evo Cannon are going to be like 2.9 or lower.
Yep.
Yeah.
On average.
Yep. Yeah, let's go with Cannon. And then, guys, what's the best tower troop? Well, the last question. The Chef. I would have to say Chef.
I was going to say it's just this season. Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's Chef.
It's got to be.
Yes.
Royal API's got him on 5th in Ultimate Champion. So
yeah.
Let's see. What is his percentage on usage? Is 29%? Yeah, 29%.
Because how many people really have, like, realistically have the max besides the pros?
That's true. Good point.
Like, I still have mine at level 13 because I don't have enough like resources to upgrade him.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
Look at the difference between him and the Cannoneer. The Cannoneer's only 11%.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's either him or the Dagger Duchess. that I would say are
the dagger
like
was a bigger use. Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone spent the $50 just to play her immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever says they didn't are either brand new or have a brand new account or are lying.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. But when you guys hear us in the next podcast, we'll be celebrating our three-peat. Ain't that right, guys? How about them Chiefs?
Ooh.
Overall, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, if you guys want to cry on the pod next time or next week, you can. That's fine. I'm gonna give myself a shot.
You're gonna keep saying this.
I'm gonna give myself a shot.
Just like how history's been going.
Yeah,
we saw this with New England, where they couldn't make the three-peat.
Like I said, ban me for a week because it's going to be bad.
Hey, that's why you joined Karate Server, man. There's no filter in that one. But all right, guys, I really appreciate you, seriously, Yeti and Karate, spending the time with here and recording. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, it was fun. Glad you're on here.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
I'm glad to be back.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.